one thing to really take into account when you are traveling. So we've told you about a lot of the freedoms. We've told you about a lot of the different things. You're always in motion. You're always this. You're always that. One thing to really understand is that's kind of the external in a way. What happens when you get into the hospital, right? So we kind of want to hit on that. One of the big things is you're always the new kid, right?
Yeah.
That can be tough for a lot of people. Veteran, new, whoever, like just personality-wise. You're going to have a lot of first days, right? I mean, that whole nerves every single time. Where do I park? Where do I go? Like, where's the cafeteria? What if everybody's mean? I don't know. They're going to like me. Am I going to be able to exceed at this place? Every day, I've been doing interventional radiology for 12 years. I am pretty effing good at what I do. Very effing good at what I do. Yeah. And every single first time I walk into a facility, I'm like, oh, crap, what if I'm in over my head?
Yeah.
Right? There's always that kind of feeling. Now it's turned into this excitement. Like I'm like, okay, like I got this. Like everything is figure outable. I can do this. It's awesome. And so I've turned those what used to be nerves into excitement.
Yeah. But it's like Erran said, it's definitely, you're the new kid. So whatever that means, like I've been a stenographer for 11 years, but when I go to a new facility, there's new systems to learn, right? Mm-hmm. You have to learn your way around the hospital, meet new doctors, learn new protocols, learn new machines, learn the way they do things, right? Because no matter where you go, everywhere does things so different. So you have to always learn. And then it almost feels like you get in there, you start getting so comfortable, you know the place like the back of your hand, you're like in flow, and then it's like, boom, you're gone.
Yeah, and
you're gone. You're on to the next one to be the new kid all over again.
And that's what one of the other travelers that I worked with at my last assignment, we were talking about. We thought it was really crazy because we learned all the physicians. We had like 15 different IR docs at this place. We learned all of their like nuances, all their things. We were like right up with them. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, guess what? My contract's over. And that's not really something you take to the next contract because it's going to be another doctor who does it totally differently.
Yep.
And you get some basics, right? Like I learned little tricks, but it's basically like rinse that off, erase it out of your mind and start again. And that can be overwhelming. I absolutely love it because now I've built up all these different like skills and techniques that I can take with me. I love that. So then I go into a new facility, I erase, I come in very clean, and I'm not trying to be a consultant. I'm not trying to tell them I've been here, I've been there, I know how to do this and how to do that. I'm like, teach me what you know. And that's humbling for a lot of people, especially myself, to want to walk in and just be like, I know this, I'm awesome. Mm-hmm. But then just being like able to humble yourself, take a step back, let the ego go and say, teach me what I'm supposed to know. I want to work how you guys work. That way I can help you out.
Right. And that you are going to learn so much. So this is the other side of that is that you are going to be the new kid and learning all of these things, but you learn so much and you're walking away with so much knowledge and you're going to be like, I'm a way better stenographer now than I was 5 years ago when I was in my full-time career. So you are going to learn from the best of the best, right? You're going to meet all of these new techs, nurses, doctors, whomever that you work with. And you're also going to meet all kinds of new people and friends. And it can be a really cool opportunity, but it can also feel taxing sometimes, especially if you land in a contract that maybe isn't like that much fun, which I've experienced myself. But then, it's 13 weeks and then you are done. You can get through anything in 13 weeks. So it's really shitty and you're just like, help me, get me the F out of here. You get to be gone in 13 weeks. And I had that countdown button on going the whole time.
Right.
And then I was done.
And that's what's cool too, is you can even like not even show that, right? You can still walk into the facility with a smile on your face, feeling amazing. And then knowing that I'm not re-signing here. Yeah. I am not extending. I am going to move on, right?
Exactly.
And that's the life of a traveler. It just, yeah. Good.
You're living your life in 3-month increments, essentially. Now, granted, like Erran said, sometimes you can extend and you'll stay longer, and that feels good because you can just brown down for a little bit. And we've done that because we're like, we don't want to move again. We just want to be like set. But you're essentially living your life in 3-month increments. And it's kind of a weird way to go about life because you're like 3 months here and then 3 months here and then 3 months here. And it goes really fast, but you're getting a lot in and a lot of experiences and a lot of adventures. And it's fun, but it also brings up a lot of other things,
Well, it does. And I think a really good way to wrap up this section is if you are a person that loves to live in their comfort zone bubble, then traveling is not for you.
Yeah.
This is a constant. I'm escaping my comfort zone. I'm living outside of it. Boom, that becomes your comfort zone. Then it's like, okay, I'm going to go live outside my comfort zone again. Then boom, that becomes your comfort zone. Then you step outside of it again. It's a constant stepping outside of that comfort zone area. That's something that we absolutely love. We were not always like that.
Hell no.
Especially this one.
I was like
I was more the daredevil.
Rabbit.
Yeah.
I was a scared little rabbit.
But that is something that we've grown into and now we love about ourselves.
It's forced me to step out more out of my comfort zone because you're putting yourself out there all the time. You're putting yourself out there in these uncomfortable situations. You're learning, you're growing, and you're putting yourself in situations at times that you never thought you'd be able to do. And you see what you're capable of. And because of that, you build more confidence, right? You get to know yourself on a different level. You get to look at yourself with like a fresh pair of eyes, like, wow, you kind of are amazing and a badass. And you just grow in so many different ways. And that to me is honestly the best part of traveling. Like, I am not the same person I was 6 years ago. I am so much more grounded in who I am and confident and like sure of myself. I'm like, damn girl, you've done some stuff, and you just get in there, you figure it out, you put yourself out there, and you bring your A game and your light to everything you do. You blowing up.
I am.
Okay.
And then one thing I do want to add, this was very important. Insurance, guys, for travelers.
Yeah.
You have insurance while you are traveling. Some contracts are immediately on the first day they kick in. Some aren't until 30 days in. Those are different benefits that you need to really understand. But you do not have coverage when you take time off in between contracts. Now, there's different rules that you are covered if you take a time off and then you sign within 24 days and blah, blah, blah. It just continues over, right? But you have to understand that. So if you're somebody that really needs insurance, I've heard mixed reviews. Kim and I don't really need the big insurance plans. We take preventative plans, which are very cheap, and they cover, prescriptions and ER visits basically with a deductible. That's all we need. Some people have different needs. So you have to really weigh that out, right? When you're looking into a company or whatever. So, or
if you really have something going on and need like specialty care and stuff, there's Laura from Nomadicare did like a really great webinar all about different options for insurance. I don't know exactly where it is, but it's somewhere
in our travel.
Let us know if you want that and we'll find it because she did a really good job.
Yes.
So